we're live. I don't know why my screen is so big. I can't see anything. So trying to go live again with the phone. We shall see if this is going to work. I don't see any comments. Where's the comment section? Yeah, I'm new to using my phone. I much prefer to use the computer. So I'll wait a few minutes for people to come in. I'm going to see if I can get this to set up. I had it hooked on this little makeshift tripod thingy I did, and apparently it kept touching the touch screen. Hey, hi Tim. Hi Joe. I'm trying to hook up my DIY tripod thing here just to hold the camera, and he's hitting the wrong stuff. So let me know if you can hear me just fine or not, and we'll see if I can get that to stick on there like that. Hey Nicole. Hey Tim. Hey Joe. Hey Jesse and Lisa. Jesse and Lisa. I don't know. Does anyone know how to make everything smaller? The whole window just seems really big. It wasn't like that before. That's weird. Thank you so much, Bellu. Hey, Kenny and Debbie, welcome in. Scrolling down, Garden State Gardener. Okay, so like, oh my God, there it is. Okay, now I can see the whole chat. For some reason, I could just see like half of everything. Oh my gosh, thank you so much, Bellu, for sending people over. Hi, Rebecca, how are you? Is this okay? Is this okay for the screen, or do you guys would it be better if I turned it sideways? It's working okay now, I think. Hey, Audacity Dawning. That's really hard to say both of them together. I can say one or the other. Hey, Cindy, welcome in. Thank you so much. How is everybody doing this afternoon? Honestly, it is a beautiful day here. A love raid from, thank you so much, Scott. I really appreciate it. Hey, welcome in, BS. New to the channel. Glad to have you here. Thank you so much for coming. I am sitting outside in the garden, and it is, I hate to tell you guys, it is gorgeous. It is absolutely beautiful here today. It's like a high of 79. It's got a light breeze. It's sunny. It's just absolutely perfect. And I was kind of feeling bad rubbing in this wonderful, amazing summer weather we've been having pretty much the last couple of months. And I know everyone else is dying. But you know what? I'm not apologizing anymore. I'm going to enjoy it. I'm going to revel in it. I'm going to brag about it because winter will be here soon enough, and then I'll be freezing cold and complaining about that. So I'm going to enjoy the good weather while I can. So let me just check and make sure I didn't miss anyone coming in. Triple threat. Hey, Tarsha, welcome in. Lori from Hedgehog. Najima Brown, welcome in. Thank you so much. Kenny and Debbie. Devil Dog is in the house. Radio guy, I got 2 raids coming in today. This is amazing. Thank you so much. Yes, so I hit my 1,000 subscribers, and then I wasn't that far behind on hours, but it's like every hour I get, I end up losing, and I get and I lose because this was a pretty big month for me last year, hours wise. I was doing more lives, I had more videos going out, and so it's just like 2 steps forward, 1.5 steps back. It's been very frustrating. So I do have my regularly scheduled lives again tonight at 7:30 for anyone who can't make it in today right now, but I got something in the mail yesterday, and actually I got to take this off the screen. It's blocking the screen. Hey Scott, thanks so much for coming in. So yeah, so ironically, and I'll show you that tonight because it's sitting. It has to sit for a certain amount of time before I can touch it, but I actually can't. For my first time ever, I did my own canning. I've made jams and jellies and pickles and stuff in the past, but it's always been either refrigerator or freezer versions of it. And so I actually did my own canning yesterday, and I was inspired by so many people on YouTube, but especially Lisa over at Lazy Days Ahead. And while I was in the middle of canning, the doorbell rings, and Dexter's going nuts, runs to the doorbell, and this shows up. And I haven't even opened it yet. I'm like, oh, I'm saving that for a video. I don't even know what's in here. I'm so excited. But it says from Lisa Laos. So that would be from lazy days ahead. So I'm assuming there's jam in here. If it's a rock with a used sticker on it, I'm gonna be upset. But we'll see what's in here. So I'm sorry if I miss anyone that's come in. Hey, Danny Days, welcome in. Just because I don't want to cut myself while I'm opening it up with pruners. You think I'd have a sheetrock knife somewhere around the house? There's like 30 of them in the car. Both trucks are full of sheetrock knives, but they're not in the house. All right. Good Lord, this thing is sealed tight. It's almost waterproof. It's like hermetically sealed, Dexter. And yes, Dexter is out here with me, but I just gave him a new bone, so he'll be keeping himself busy for a while. Right, Dex? Yeah? Why are you eating your foot? He's such a weirdo. He likes to eat his foot. He likes to eat his bed. Oh my God, do you guys see the video where he's eating his bed? Oh my God. Hey, Lashes. So anyone that I missed coming in, Lashes, hey, Chuck, Danny. Yeah. So I come downstairs. He was pretty quiet. I was like, what's he up to? I come downstairs and I don't see him. And then he pops his head out of the hole in the fabric. So several months ago, we've gotten him his new bed, and it's a really nice, like, red con bed. And within like the first week, he'd put the small hole in the corner of it, and he kept pulling stuffing out of it. And so I tried hand stitching it. I'm gonna have to take the whole thing apart and try to stitch it up better. So then I just got this idea. I'm just gonna make like a giant pillowcase, shove it inside of it, and just use that to protect the bed and keep him from eating all the stuffing. And it was working really well until he ripped a hole in the cover and then climbed inside and literally got stuck inside the cover on his bed. And then when he came out the second time, yes, that was the Instagram video today he had. Oh my gosh. Okay. You can tell I'm not a professional unboxer. I would have been much faster. Okay. Anyone else come in that I missed? Nope, I got in. Oh, hey, Seventh Son, how are you? Welcome in. Seriously, he's not getting enough snuggles. That dog is spoiled. I'm so excited. Okay. First up, tiny little packages of heaven. Okay. Dexter gets a ball. Jesse may lose some. Dexter already lost his. Oh. Okay. Ooh, there's popping going on. Okay. I should do an ASMR. No, I can't pop them. Alrighty. Oh my goodness. What's the first one I'm going to be? Mango jam. A live taste test. Oh my gosh. I don't know if I want to open them all. They're so pretty. Handmade with love mango jam. Oh my goodness. That's so cute. Okay. Next up. What's it going to be? Any guesses? Don't worry, Danny. You can't be late to a pop-up live. Hey, welcome in, Miss Shirley. How are you? It's a pre-live live. Yeah, it's the pre-party. Get drinking now. Bottoms up. The pre-drink, pre-party. No, this is a desperate attempt to finally get all my hours. Oh my God, Chuck. You won. Winner, Chuck. You won. You win my undying gratefulness. It is prickly pear. I've never had prickly pear. I don't think I've ever had. Have I ever had? I don't think I've ever had prickly pear anything. So that's really exciting. Okay. Yep, he's still chewing his gum. So many things out here he'll end up just start chewing randomly. Yes, but you told me you were going live. I know. Well, I hadn't planned on it, but I'm still at 120. I swear to God, every time I gain some, I lose some. So I've been stuck at the same time for like 2 weeks now. Yeah, no, I popped over into Scott's live today, and then he goes, you know what? I got to get off soon. So why don't you go live now? And they said they would all come over and hang out. And I was like, you know what? I'm going to take advantage of that. My dogs tear up their beds as well, so I refuse to buy anything other than the. Well, see, it was a $50 Kong bed that was on sale for $15, I think. Okay, who can guess what this one is? Oh, you got prickly pear too, Rebecca. Good job. Good guess. Does anyone have a guess for this one? Hey, Caucasian Sasquatch, how are you? Welcome in. I love your name. That's awesome. Let's see you go. Here. I can't scroll down. There we go. Anyone? Any guesses? Any guesses? Lisa and Jesse can't guess. I know that. This is the watermelon. Yes, Chuck is on the ball today. Chuck's a guy who knows his jam. You were stuck at 200 for like 2 weeks. Really? It's brutal. It's brutal. It's just like it's not changing at all. I guess they want to make sure, I guess, that you didn't just like have, pay someone to run your playlist or something and that you're really doing it. I don't know. But, okay, what's the last one going to be? What's the last one going to be? Yes, you should, Chuck. What's the last one going to be, Chuck? Can you get it? Can you be 4 for 4? Oh, no, you were 3 for 3. I didn't have you guess on the first one. Did I? I don't remember. No. All right. Ooh, can anyone guess what this is? Anyone? Anyone? Chuck? Going once, going twice. I just shared you out. Oh, thank you so much, Joe. Oh, no. Singing again. What? Oh, the singing videos. Oh, my God. Those are so funny. It is jalapeno. Wow. Go buy a lottery ticket. Oh, my gosh. That's awesome. I'm going to cry. Like, this is so sweet. I really, really appreciate it. And I did make my crabapple jam, and I knew Jesse and Lisa said they had never had crab apples, so I do have one with their name on it. So maybe I'll use the same box and stick it in. So you will be having a crabapple jam coming your way. So I guess a lot of people aren't too familiar with crab apples. So crab apples, if you've never eaten a crab apple, it looks exactly like an apple. If you saw in the pictures on Instagram, I posted some pictures, I think, of the crab apples. And I'll show some more pictures tonight in my live because I'm going to be talking more about my jam in my live tonight. I'll be doing a video. But as I'm going to mention in my video, it is not going to be a how-to since it's my first time doing it. And I didn't really have the camera running the whole time because I want to be able to focus on what I was actually doing and not making a mess in the kitchen or messing up and all that. So, oh, by the way, did I mention I live near a train track? That sounds like Via Rail. Honestly, I always kind of enjoy the trains going by. I always wonder where they're headed and what's on the cargoes. Hey, you're saying hi to Shirley. She's been in here. Where have you been, Jack? They do not taste crabby. They taste like like when I made the jam, my daughter tasted it and she's had it before, but she said to describe it, she would say it was like an apple and rhubarb had a baby. So it kind of has that. It's very, very tart. So it's tart like a rhubarb or a cranberry. So think of like maybe a cranberry apple mix. So like if you have like those like a chutney, like a apple chutney, something like that, where you would put in apples or whatever. And then I also got something else exciting in the mail. So Sticker Mule has been emailing me their specials lately. And they had a special deal on the roll stickers. I think they were like 60% off to get 50 roll stickers. So I now have more stickers. So that was really exciting. My daughter's like, woohoo, stickers. Maybe I'll spread some crabapple jam on them and I'll make scratch and sniff stickers. I don't know. Danny Days was behind. Oh no. Oh, you were on the sorry. You're like, what are you talking about? I made blackberry jelly once 25 years ago. I'm still thinking for it. Oh gosh, you know what? Yeah, I grew up in the Pacific Northwest, and you just have like wild blackberries growing on the side of the road. And it was so funny because my husband had never seen something like that. And so when we went to visit my parents, we just pulled off on the side of the road and had a bucket and filled it full of blackberries and went home. And he actually made blackberry jam in my parents' bread maker, which none of us had ever made jam before. None of us had ever used the bread maker before. I think he had to take it out of the box. And we made blackberry jam. So I do miss that when you could go and just forage for blackberries. I crashed my bike into a blackberry vines once when I was a kid, and I got really scratched up. I had like thorns. I had a thorn stuck in my ear, which I hadn't noticed until I got home. And I had kind of a Z scar on my side of my stomach for quite a while, which we thought was kind of cool because it was like the mark of Zorro. But apparently when I walked in the door and my friend was helping me and pushing the bike and I was kind of, limping and I looked kind of rough, my mom thought I was covered in blood because of all the berries that were screaming. So there was some scratches, but it wasn't nearly as bad as it looked at first. Mom was like, "Oh my God, what happened?" So fortunately, most of it just washed away. So that wasn't a problem. For the record, I was right 2 to 3 before I Scout. Oh, good for you, Danny. Good for you. So, oh, hey, Camp Silky, how are you? Welcome in. Hopefully I didn't miss anybody while I was excitedly unboxing all of these jams. Oh my goodness. These are so cute. They're very similar to the jars I had. And what was the brand? Are you using all I can think of is Lord Farquaad. Farquaad? What are they called? Forfard? I can't remember what they're called. I can't remember if you mentioned you were using them, Lisa, and then I saw that Mennonite Farmhouse, she was using them as well. So it's like a new brand I hadn't heard of before. So I didn't know if they were being sponsored or if it was just a new brand. Imagine if we had camera phones back in the, oh my goodness. Oh my goodness. No, those are the days of taking, your film camera and then you go and get doubles and then you hope to get the 1 hour express and you go hang out at the mall until you go back and get your pictures and then you 4-jar. Okay. Yeah, I had a lot of other things that I can't even say on YouTube when I saw them. 4 jars. Oh, 4 jars. That makes sense. 4 jars. Got it. Okay. No, all I could think was Lord Farquaad for some reason. So yeah, you have to go and get them developed. And yeah. So the digital cameras were amazing because then you could take more than one shot. Like you only had 36 pictures on this roll. Every shot, costs money. And oh, sorry, buddy. Hold on. Dexter's bone got stuck under the chair. You want to come up and say hi? You want to come up? Come up and say hi? Your fans are here, Dex. Yeah, he looks at me like, really? Come on up. Come on. No? You're gonna act like you're a well-behaved dog for once? No one's buying it. I don't think anyone here is gonna buy it. Let me make sure this is, yeah, the chat's not moving. There we go. I, for one, am glad we don't know. We had cameras, but not cell phone cameras. Yeah. Oh, Jesse wants to see you, Dex. Jesse's saying, Dex. Here's Dex. Here's Dex. Oh. Dex wants some jam. No jam for Dexter. No jam for Dexter. Here's this gross, nasty bone that he's chewing on. And just lick it. Let me dip it in some jam. Which would you like, jalapeno? Jalapeno? No jam for you, Dexter. You just finished canning more tomatoes. Finally. I'm sorry you had to suffer through me. Aw, hey baby. Yeah, that makes me feel better. Chug is being mean to me. Yeah. You gonna eat it? No? You want to see what's all this on the table. You want the paper and you want the plastic and you want all the stuff that's sitting here that I should have put back in the box that I didn't when I had a free hand, right? Can you smell it through there? Your nose is so good. Look at him. He's like going nuts. Yeah, no jam for you, buddy. No jam for you, but he can smell it even through the canned jars. Dogs' noses are amazing. The star of the show has arrived. Yes. Thank you. Dexter says, thank you, everybody. He says, I'm a good boy most of the time. I got to go for a walk with his friend today. And he doesn't even really pay attention to where he's walking. He's just literally trying to attack or play with his friend the whole time they're walking. And the other dog is more interested in sniffing and peeing on stuff. So he almost pees on Dexter all the time. Dexter's always getting right in there. I couldn't imagine Check being mean to you since you were his favorite and all. Thanks, Daddy. I'm dehydrating the tomato skins now. This is new to me, but it'll be worth it, I guess, right? Does let TMI, Jesse, TMI. But he bites too, right? So there's a trade-off. Randy doesn't bite my hands either. Stop. No, 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 no biting. Nope. A little kiss to make up for it. Done. I don't want it to. Yes. Oh, where are you going? Oh, okay. Okay. All right. No, you're not going for the. He's going for the prickly pear jam now. No, I'm putting him back in the box. I don't trust him to knock him off the table. He's made it safe all the way from Texas. They're not gonna fall because of you. Jesse and Lisa like you now, but they would not be very impressed. Yeah. They would put you on the poop list. Yeah, you'd be on the poop list real fast, buddy, if you knocked off the jams. And mine too. Yeah. All right, those are packed back up. Away from the Dexmeister. Aw, thank you. Dex, they love you. Yeah. He's kind of offended now that he got thrown to the ground. Are you offended now that I tossed you to the ground? Well, I thought you were going to knock the jars off the table. It's a very small table. Okay, so would you be willing to discuss your YouTube channel on a live show? I would always be willing to discuss my YouTube channel anywhere, anytime. Yes, that would be awesome. Dex is never not a maniac. Oh, Lord. He takes after his father. It's okay. I'm somebody's favorite somewhere, maybe. I hear about Danny all the time. Danny Days, Danny Days, Danny Days. People talk about you all the time, Danny. Don't worry about it. Hey, Dexter. Should we show him our projects? So, you want your bone now? The project has changed a little bit. Here, I'll turn the camera. You guys can see him while he sits on the chair and chews on his bone a little bit. You can see in the backdrop. Can you see him? Yeah, you can still see him. Now I gotta lean over. It's all good things. All good things. Okay, so there's been a slight change in plans with the front redo. So those little houses that I was planning on using, I had gotten them at Talese, which is like a secondhand store like Value Village, and they were $6 a piece. They are party light, and they're for indoor use, and they're not like pre-lit or anything like regular Christmas houses would be. They're not Christmas, but they're designed. You can't see them anyways, and I'm leaning awkwardly. Okay. They're not Christmas. They're used for candles to go in like a candle holder. And I don't know how much they were originally. I think they were quite pricey from what I looked up online. And so I was out there and I was placing them in the garden and I filmed it all and I was washing them. And then you say that you asked me if I wanted to interview as well and you never emailed me. Ha ha ha. It's okay. I can't handle the truth. I can't handle the truth. Oh no. Yes. Email me anytime. I'm missing like part of this conversation here. It's all right. Okay, moving on. So anyways, the more we looked at these houses, I was hoping to spray some kind of a protective sealer on them. But my husband was just like, you know what? Because if these go out in the elements, they're going to be ruined. And I don't know, it seems a shame to ruin such beautiful little houses that could be used somewhere else. So I kind of took a little bit of a shift in the housing department. And this will all be in a video too, so if you're not paying attention, don't worry about it. I was like, okay, well, I know there's like, what can I put outside that would be safe for outside? And anything I looked online for like outside, this thing's on an angle and I'm like sitting on an angle, so I'm straight and it's driving me nuts. Anything that would be made for outside is very, very expensive. And the scale is kind of weird. And then I started thinking about, one of my favorite things to watch on YouTube when I just need to chill out and relax, or I'm talking to my mom on the phone, are garden trains. So I don't know if you've ever watched these, but there are a gazillion garden train videos out there. I like the Cape, I think it's Cape Cod. He's got this beautiful layout. I do prefer cab view cameras, but basically what it is it's these outdoor trains that are different scales. Most of them I think are O scale. I can't remember. But they have like these incredible layouts, and they design, like some of them will be like in someone's backyard, some of them are put together by a group, and they go through these gardens. And so I love watching it because you're sitting on the train and it's like you're watching it from like I don't know, like a mouse's perspective, right? So everything is big, all the trees are big, but they build these little houses and stations, and there's little people, and they design them just like they do the indoor train sets. But I love the outdoor ones. The Cape Cod guy thing has he got a snowplow for his the year before last, and it like literally plows the snow off the track. It's awesome. It's so fun to watch. I love it. And he actually has a puppy this year who kind of gets in the way a bit, which I love. um that was the weirdest thing. I was just sitting here watching, not even touching my phone, and it switched itself to airplane mode, but I'm back now. I had Danny just fallen asleep. I remember your Christmas tree train. Yeah, so I love trains. I love all things miniature. I love miniature villages, miniature gardens, and I love train sets. I think I still remember this when I was 7, no, 8. When was it? Expo 86. So Expo 86 we went to in Vancouver, British Columbia. So 86, I would have been 8 years old, and they had this giant layout in this room. And I don't know if it was like British Columbia or whatever, but it was like countryside, and it was little houses and little villages, and it had trains going. And there were people in the trains and the little tiny, oh my God, I was obsessed. Like you could not drag me away from that. I stood there for hours watching it. And I think ever since then I was slightly obsessed. And the coolest part is my husband's uncle is also obsessed with trains, and he's got doing a really nice station setup in his basement. But he's also part of like this train group out in Markham, Ontario. They live in like Scarborough, Markham area, and they have a layout. They like rent this building, and him and a group of guys are working together, and they are doing like the Southern Ontario rail line. So it's kind of like true to scale. So I've gone and seen it a handful of times, and I really enjoy it. But I love the outdoor trains. I love the garden train. This was like my thing during 2020 lockdown. I would just kind of like lay on the couch and just like watch these trains just going through just scenic tours. Absolutely beautiful. I even will watch the regular full-size trains going through like beautiful countrysides. I would love to have a train that can ride around the perimeter of our property. I should start saving up for that. Yes, I've seen those too. Those are not the ones that I'm talking about. They do have some of those like the ride-on ones, which would be awesome. And actually, they used to have one that was a fairly decent sized train and set up here in Ontario, and I never got there before they shut it down. But it was out on the other side of Toronto too, near Scarborough, and I can't remember the name of it. I think it was Cullen Gardens, and they had like miniature houses and all this and that. Okay, so anyways, back to the miniature houses. So then I was like, oh yeah, so outdoor gardens use buildings outside, and what did they make it with? So then I looked online, and it's like, or you can order the kits and stuff, and they're quite pricey, and it's not really the style I'm looking for, because they're very a lot of them are like train depot and abandoned buildings and warehouses and things like that. I kind of wanted something a little bit more formal, I guess. And I also don't want to pay the money for those because they're very expensive. Anything hobby related is super expensive. So I was kind of looking on some of their like DIY websites for that. And one of the guys posted a picture, and I was like blown away. And then of course I went on Pinterest, and a million people have done it. And I've seen people do it for haunted houses, but I had never seen people do it for train layouts. So I'm like, if they can do it for train layouts and it looks really cool, why can't I do it in my garden? And so what I'm talking about is, okay, let me go. I'll go get it. Hold on. Hold on. Sorry, Dexter. Can I make you yeah. I'm coming. I'm coming. I'm coming. I'm coming. Okay. So what I'm talking about is taking these cheesy looking Fisher Price home, because they're all made of plastic and they're going to stand up outside. I'll probably put like a brick or something in them to keep them from floating away. So what you do is you take those, where I painted, and we taped off the windows and everything because I wanted to leave the frames, the indoor, I wanted this part to be white. And then it all has frames that are going on top of it. So I'll grab one of those in a minute. So I spray painted it. So the trim is all going to be white. The windows are going to be white. The trim's all going to be white. And then the roof is this color because I had this color spray paint. So let's see if we can plug it on. Okay. So I can't get it on all the way right now without scratching it up, but Yeah. So the spray paint worked great. I got this color because this was the only color of plastic spray paint they had at the dollar store for $5. So I went with this color and I love it. My front door is a very similar color, so I'm happy with that. I use the, it's kind of a blue gray. I don't know, the camera's having a hard time with the lighting here. It's kind of a dark, charcoaly blue color. So the windows, let me go grab the windows, sorry. See, Jesse, I can still surprise you after all this time. Is it Dexter? Okay, and I also had white spray paint. So I just kind of grabbed a bunch because I don't know which goes on this side. But so yeah, this is gonna sit here like this. So we popped them all out so that we wouldn't have to tape it off. And then I don't know, one of these has a balcony. And I'm gonna paint out the bottom part. So I think I'm gonna use the same paint color here on what is like the brick and the bottom of the house and the steps. And then I'm going to paint out the grassy part. I don't know what color I'm going to paint that. I might paint that brown because it's going to be sitting on the bark, kind of in amongst the bark. It's not really going to be sitting anywhere near grass. And then it's got like this tree painted here. You can't really see it. It's like an embossed tree. So we got some green paint. My daughter's going to paint it. Hopefully the paint sticks over this because I wanted the other house to be a different color. And so I just had some paint, acrylic paint. And so I just tried it yesterday. I thought, well, let's just see how it goes on. It does not go on well over just the, like, I don't know how many coats I would have to do. And then it is, I would have to put some kind of a waterproof sealer on it, right? So let me just check the chat. I know, like, I've been scrolling here. Hey, Remy, welcome in our Okie Homestead. How are you? Thanks for coming in. I've been running around, so I've kind of missed a few people coming in. So I will apologize if I didn't greet you coming in. Hey, Wick from Texas. We got a lot of people from Texas in here tonight. Remy, Danny's talking with Nicole. Hello, and hi. We got Ray, Nicole. Yay! Oh, good. My sister does miniature rooms and houses there, so I love miniature. That is why I'm kind of obsessed with talk about a guilty pleasure. Who'd have thunk it? Honestly, go. Maybe I'll drop it down. If I remember, I'll drop in the description some of the ones that I like to watch. I'm creating a small world after all. So I did have just some beige spray paint that I spray painted the inside of the house with, just so when you look through the windows, it's not that garish pink color. And then I painted over that with the where the primer was with the acrylic. So that seems to hold, but again, it's water-based. So outside, I would then have to spray it with a sealer. So I don't know if I'm better off just using spray paint. Oh, sorry, I hit the doorbell. So yes, there's a doorbell. And the other one had a doorbell. It had a dog barking. It had another button where you could, like, the bird would tweet, whatever. So yeah, but I'm going to do the same thing, all the trim. So fortunately, the trim here is already starting out white on this side. But I'm going to paint out everything out white. This house, I'm hoping to go for like a teal, like a dark teal emeraldy color. That's the goal. But I don't know if I'll be able to find that in the spray paint. Otherwise, I will have to use the primer. So these ones here, these pieces here are a flat spray paint primer. It's flat, a very matte finish. And so I practiced on the bottom of one of them just going over with white, and it stuck really, really well. So my options are finding a spray paint in the color I want, that doesn't cost a fortune, or just using this primer on everything and then painting it the color I want and then spraying it with a sealer. So like my husband said, my $3 plastic houses are probably going to end up costing me like 20 bucks when I'm said and done, and time. But it's been really fun, and I've just put them on a board and spray painted them out in the yard, and I love doing crafty things. My husband was really glad that when I finally started sewing, because I actually made decent stuff. Because before that, it was always like hot glue or scrapbooking, and I love being crafty and making things. But they were all kind of a little bit cheesy. So at least when I started sewing, it was stuff that you could actually wear and do things with. That Danny's still there. Let me see. Hi Nicole, I'm in Katy, the new side. You okay? Cool. I live in Cleveland, but work in Houston. We're practically neighbors. I want to see your sister's miniature house, miniature rooms, and just making sure I went back. You go to Sherman-Williams? No. Yeah, they would have spray cans too. I wonder what they would call, what they would cost. Because I can, where do I find the time, Rochelle? Well, instead of cleaning the house, I spray paint things. Yeah. Yeah, that's not a bad idea, actually. I was thinking of going to the other dollar store. Actually, they have like a huge selection of spray cans there at the other one. It's called Your Dollar Store with More, and they carry all kinds of stuff. They were $5. Yeah, I would get a discount. I can get a discount at Sherwin-Williams because we are contractors, and we work with a good friend of ours who is a painter, and I could use his account. So I would be able to get a bit of a discount for that. But like I tell him, I'm keeping the receipts. This is all write-offs, right? It's all content. Everything is content. So I used to do a lot of like mini gardens and fairy gardens, even before I had my daughter. Like I made some. Maybe I'll try and pull up some pictures for my live tonight and show you guys up on the screen there. Like I would sit around with toothpicks and popsicle sticks and a hot glue gun, and I made myself several different like Adirondack chairs, and I made some swings, and I made brooms, and then I kind of got into the clay for a bit, like the polymer clay. And I don't know if you remember, around Christmas time, I ended up making the little miniature greenhouse. And in it, I used a bunch of little things that I had made a couple years ago and just never known what to do with it. So I made a house. I had a chair and a couch and a table and a wheelbarrow, and they were all like the chairs like the size of my thumb, my pinky nail, like super super tiny. Yeah, I'll try and remember to bring it up on my live tonight. I'll bring the actual greenhouses that I made. So I really wanted a greenhouse ornament for my Christmas tree, and I couldn't find one online. And so I made my own last year with some shrink inks. I went and bought the clear shrink inks, and I drew like the grid lines for a greenhouse on it, and then I shrunk it, and then and I painted on it. So some of it I painted on, and then I added these little pieces inside furniture that I had made years ago for a little mini garden that I had done in it was kind of like a fishbowl terrarium kind of thing, and I had done a little mini garden in that with them. So you made Barbie furniture for the grands. I love it. I love it. I would have made more Barbie furniture stuff for my daughter, except for we got a set really cheap when she was little, so she loved Barbies. And my mom actually brought up a big box of my Barbies and my sister's Barbies when we were little. So my daughter was playing with vintage Barbie dolls and clothes, and some of the outfits the kids were like, "What are these?" I had to check my roof for leaks before paying. Ooh, was extremely convenient store. Yes. Yeesh. But I did go, so there's a channel online if you're interested in anything crafty like that, like doll, Barbie, anything like that related. It's called My Froggy Stuff, and she has a YouTube channel and she has a Facebook page, and she makes the most incredible doll accessories. She builds whole rooms and houses. She does furniture. She talks you through everything, and her like supply list is always very simple. She'll use like cardboard from, say, like cereal boxes that you can cut up and glue together. And she uses, paper. And she has printouts. So she has some really cool printouts on her pages as well that you can print out in color or whatever and use them to make all kinds of stuff. I mean, like she's got like TV dinners, printouts for TV dinners, for groceries, TVs, iPhones, like anything you can think of. And then she has like DIY little like Starbucks cups. So I should try and pull up those pictures. So I did that for my daughter several years ago. We made like a whole candy shop. My favorite was you take a toothpick and you cut off the end so it's nice and flat. And then you put some glue on it and you dip it into some those little tiny, tiny beads. And it looked just like little rock candy sticks. And so we stuck those in some containers. We made some cookies. Oh, brownies. Oh my God. Barbie brownies are the easiest thing to make. All you do is you cut up a sponge into little tiny pieces and then you squish it in with some brown paint and let it dry. And they look exactly like brownies. It's amazing. The chocolate chip cookies, you tear up little bits of toilet paper into a little bit of glue, like paper mache, and add in a little bit of brown food coloring, just a little bit to make them kind of beigey color. And then you chop up and squish it all together. Oh my gosh, it looks like chocolate chip cookies. The name of the channel is My Froggy Stuff, I think. It's definitely My Froggy, like his Ribbit Froggy. She has so many things she does on her channel besides making them. Her and her daughter actually also do kind of like live action dolls, like skits or shows or whatever. And it's funny because when we started watching it, her daughter is a little bit older than my daughter, but we started watching these years ago. And her daughter, she's this little girl in the videos and stuff, and then now she's like, practically an adult. So it's like, oh, well, I've watched her daughter grow up too. But she just has the most amazing little crafts, and she does it for the dioramas. She does for 18-inch dolls, but mainly Barbies is kind of her focus. And she actually has her own line of Barbie dolls. I don't know if it's Barbie dolls or were they made by Mattel or some company, but they actually have made her own dolls made for her. I know, Jesse's like, he must be falling asleep over there. Holy moly, she has 2.69 million subs. This lady's legit. I'm telling you, she has her own Barbie. She has her own line of Barbies now. And yeah, she wasn't like, I don't remember how many subs she had when I first started watching her, but it was nowhere near that years and years and years ago. But honestly, I wasn't following that as much. So there we go. But yeah, if you go to her YouTube channel, she takes you step by step through everything. And if you have kids or any grandkids or anyone that likes crafts, she's got some really great ideas and projects over there. And then she also does acts out little skits and stuff with the Barbies. Hey, Mona, welcome in. How are you doing? Yeah, 2.69 million. So, it's funny. My daughter also watches this show. It's called Grace's World. And it's this young girl in Australia. And she does these skits with Barbie dolls. And somehow, I don't know how they do the graphic program, but it's like the dolls are moving and they bounce when they talk. So the dolls are moving, but the house is like their actual house, like a real people's house that they somehow film it into. It's called Grace's World. And the girl started doing it when she was very young, and she did all of it. I mean, I'm sure her parents helped, but she did the scripting and she does the voices and she does all of that and everything. So it was really, yeah, and then when you see how many views she gets, it's like this video just released and she's got like, 100,000 views and it's been out for like 10 minutes. It's like, oh my God. Who would have thought you could, make a fortune off of just, bouncing Barbie heads and people sitting there watching you play with Barbies. So there's another one, I think it's called Come Play With Me. And that one is more like the Barbies or like if I was just here playing with Barbies, that's what it looks like. Whereas Grace's World, it's like they're actually in a regular house. I don't know how they do the filming of it. So yeah, if you have any kids or grandkids, they would love it. And the Australian accent on it kills me when she does like she's baby voice Australian accent. Well, it's not an accent to her, but the voices in it just make me laugh. And Ken just sounds like such a doofus. He's like, oh, anyways, she loves watching those. So yeah, how did we get talking about that? I don't know, but yeah, I have always been very interested in things miniature, tiny doll houses, little dollhouse furniture. I don't know if you make it tiny, I love it. There's also, I don't know if you've seen the mini cooking channel. There's a mini cooking channel on YouTube and Instagram, and they actually make full meals, super tiny, and they cook it over like a tea light, and, and they use like miniature knives and silverware, and they'll bake like a whole cake, and they'll be whisking it in a little bowl. And I don't know where they get the tiny eggs, because I think even quail eggs are bigger than these eggs. So I don't know if they're like somehow making like these little fake eggshells to crack these little eggs in. I don't know. But yeah, the miniature cooking thing is pretty cool too. Yana, sorry folks, but I had to shake the dew of the lily. I hope that doesn't mean what I think it means. We started by making fun of Lisa's tiny jar. Oh no, I'm not making fun of Lisa's tiny jars. I use the same jars. Bantams. Something going on. These are all arguing. Yes, brands would love it. And it's things that you have laying around the house, and they're super fun. Oh, and clay, we made pizzas, we made bread, loaves of, baguettes, anything long and narrow. That's about my extent of clay baking. So it's kind of like when I do balloon animals. I can do snakes, I can do worms, I can do swords. I bought a kit for my daughter's birthday party one year, and anytime I tried anything else, at first twist, they would pop. So practice first, and don't buy your balloon making, animal making kits at the dollar store. That's my tip of the day. So yeah, he's so content right now. Here, let me see if I can move the camera without dropping anything. Especially this jam. We are not dropping jam. Oh, yeah, tilt it. Tilt it. Oh, you still can't see him. Where's? Is it good, Dex? Yeah. Sorry, am I disturbing you? Hey, Sheppy, how are you doing today? So the tomatoes are doing pretty good. Can you see what they're climbing up? I do think I'm getting a little bit of downy mildew or something on them, so I'm going to do a good harsh pruning on some of the leaves. And I'm going to do my mixture of baking soda and water. I think it's 1 tablespoon to a liter of water. And I'll just put it in the sprayer and spray them. And I think Nicole's gourds have some kind of something going on. The leaves are looking not so great. But it's pushing flowers like crazy. But I'm not getting any gourds yet. I thought I might get a gourd, and then it went brown. So I guess it didn't get pollinated or something. I don't know. But I fertilized everything last night, so it should be happy with me right now. But yeah, so that is the turn that the garden is taking. The others were so cute, but they were a bit small. Like, in order to really appreciate them, they would have had to been kind of lifted up so you could see in. They had so many cool things inside the windows. Oh, and then I found at the dollar store string lights that are solar, but they're like the larger bulbs, but they'll fit inside. So I don't know if I'll do one per each house, if that will be too lit, or if I'll put like I think, I can't remember if it was a 5 or 6 string of bulbs. So whatever that is, I'll put them. Keep trying to see if my so my morning glory is blooming great, but I planted a handful of what are they called? Black-eyed Susan vines. They're growing, but they're not. Yeah. Nicole, they might have powdery mildew. The flowers bloom at night. Try hand pollinating the females. Yeah, I might have to do that. It's really awkward though where it's at. But you can't really see it because it's all blown out. But I can't really reach them. The way they're like up on the top of the arbor thingy, dead tree arbor, and it's really tricky to reach them. So I don't know if I can do it without killing myself. So we shall see. Maybe I'll just get a really long paintbrush and just, put on some berry white, go up to the top of the garden some evening. Yeah. Dex said, nom, 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 mom's still talking to herself. So I'll just, he probably thinks I'm crazy. Yeah, I can't believe he's being so well behaved. What a good boy. What a good boy. So, yeah, we have the house to ourselves right now. Hubby and the kiddo are off to the dentist, just a cleaning, but please don't. I know, Nicole. Did y'all see that? Lee was trying to kill me. This tree, the linden tree, and I think it's doing fine. It's grown so fast. I cannot believe how big it's gotten. But it constantly is dropping stuff. There's leaves all over. There's fruit all over, and apparently the berries. So I gotta watch the video again. If you harvest them when they're like this, but apparently you can take linden berries and you roast them, and then you grind them up, and they taste just like chocolate. I don't know if I believe them, but let me see if it smells like chocolate at all. And I dropped it. So I'll crush the other one. Open it up. It smells like my fingers. No, this doesn't smell like anything. So I don't know. I follow this lady. She Black Forager over on Instagram, and she did this video where she made a cup of hot cocoa with her linden leaves. But the seeds, they're so tiny. Do you know how long it would take to get a cup? Like, I don't know. I'm not that desperate, but when times get bad, poop hits the fan, and you're desperate for a cup of hot cocoa. Your chat froze. Oh no. Yeah, I noticed the chat. Sometimes it's like no one says anything for a while, then all of a sudden it's like boom, 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 boom. So it's like it's not keeping up. Hey, our treasured home. Have a wonderful day. Stay safe. Love y'all. Thank you so much. Thanks for coming in. Sorry if I didn't say hi to you soon. See ya, Marie. Hope to see you later. My chat froze, no problem. So yeah, anyone have any questions? Anything you want to see in the garden? Because I am mobile. I can take the camera around. Okay, look. Okay, we're gonna move the camera, sliding it out of its safety holder. And okay, I'm gonna try and switch the camera to the other direction. So bear with. Nope, that's not the button I meant to hit. Okay, settings, camera, front facing. I gotta go to back. Nope, that's the other front. I have two front cameras facing back. There we go. Okay. All right. So should we do a little garden tour, Dex? Oh, garden tour? Yeah. Oh, he loves garden tour. Okay. Oh, sorry, I didn't mean to pop that up. Look at this coleus. Like I grew these from seed. Like they're enormous. They are doing so well. So this is what they were supposed to be doing in the front yard. This is what my front garden was supposed to look like. That was the whole plan. Oh, my boxes. I still haven't done anything with these. So you can see like the wood here needs to get, I need to just throw some nails in there, but I gotta get my husband to get the nailer out. But I'm gonna be just lining them with landscape fabric and planting them up. Hopefully with some stuff from some fall stuff, maybe some greens or something like that. So that's gorgeous. Are you talking about the boxes? Are you talking about my box or my coleus? Because I'm super thrilled with this coleus. It's absolutely gorgeous. So there's two that are kind of this color, and then there's one there that's the lighter color. So yeah, that's what the ones in the back were supposed to look like. Oh, we've had a tragedy here. I don't know why, but my calla lily, it was absolutely beautiful. And then all of a sudden, just last week, I don't know if it got too hot, if it got too much sun, it just it croaked. So I guess it's done for the year. I'll just have to remember to dig up the bulb and do it again next year. But look at my stevia. It's enormous. And I've pruned on this a handful of times. And I don't remember if you saw in the video when I stuck it back in the ground, I just stuck a piece off and stuck it in. It just roots super, super easy. And oh man, I got to do a harvest video soon on peppers. Lots of peppers in here. Hey, Dex. Let me just clean the screen. Hold on. Camera. Oh, where's the camera? There we go. Sorry about that, everybody. You had something on your face. This thing's doing pretty good. So this kale died, but yeah, I tried transplanting it. Did not work. But my amaranth seeds are coming up. Can you see those? They've sprouted. These beans haven't been doing much lately. So I have something. What am I going to stick? Oh, I stole some lemon balm from my neighbor. So I'm going to stick it in there, I think, where that's dying. And I got to make sure I come and harvest some of these seeds off of this petunia. These petunias are just insane. My poor camera can't figure out what to do with all the colors. These petunias are really pretty too. Oh, Lisa, did you stick your petunia out in the sunshine yet? Oh, that's what I love about you, Charles. Chuck, you're a lurker. Everyone, but listen, was at work. I'm going to try and root my stevia. Oh, do it. Do it. You can just stick it in the soil, or you can stick it in some water first. But it's super easy to root, just kind of like coleus is. What happened up here to my stevia? It's all bent. So I have more stevia here because I bought the plant and I kind of just divided it out. It had a couple of them in there. So I have another stevia there. I gave Dexter a piece. He did not know what to think of it. So I got my mint here. Oh, do we have anything for Dexter? We do. You want a tomato? Usually likes them a little bit redder, but he won't be too picky today. Cinnamon basil. I've been collecting some seed off this already. I'm gonna collect more. And oh, there's a bean hiding in there. Cute little purple beans. These are so pretty. I love these beans. And this canna, the cannas are really starting to come into their own right now. They're so happy. And look at these peppers. So these are the New Mexico 6. And then these, oh, I'm going to be doing a recipe soon. I'm going to be doing a recipe, so stay tuned, of these stuffed cherry peppers. They're like a marinated stuffed cherry pepper. I found a recipe I want to do. So yeah, see, I'm starting to get some of this on some of my tomatoes. So I'm hoping it's not blight. I hope it's just downy mildew. I'll come in and I'll prune all that off down at the bottom. And oh, we got a nice big tomato in here. So this will be my first big red one off of the Bianca. And Bianca said it was a cherry tomato. So I don't know. Like cherry tomatoes for like giants? I don't know. But Sweetie has been putting out quite a few cherry tomatoes lately. Dexter loves those. Nothing else on these coming anytime soon. He's always checking. Hi, buddy. Hi. You always coming and checking the tomatoes? Yeah, he's been trying to steal these ones, I think. But look, I don't know if you can see this. There's a huge spider right here in front. So when I harvest those ones, I have to harvest them from the other side so I don't disturb them. Those are the candy sweet, and they are really, really good. But I haven't gotten any off of my larger indeterminate tomatoes yet. This one is my Brandywine. They're coming along, but this one's getting fairly decent size, but I think it should go bigger for Brandywine. This one here is my mortgage lifter, so I know that's going to get a lot bigger. So last year I had some that were like 1.5 pounds. They were enormous. I don't see anything on this Kentucky blue beefsteak. And then this pineapple. Had a couple decent sized ones on that. So I just think they're not getting enough sun here. The problem is our tree has been blocking so much of the sun, and then their tree's gotten big, and that tree's gotten big. So that's our neighbors 2 houses over, and then our neighbor next door, and then our tree has just all dropped. This used to be full sun, and I really don't think it's full sun anymore. So this might be the last year I do my tomatoes here. I love the setup though, because it's so easy with the string going up to the gazebo to string them up. But if it's not enough sun, it's not enough sun. But the cucamelons are climbing, so I'm gonna have to take care of that. So these are the cucamelons. They're climbing all over, and I see flowers now. Yay! Okay, so we'll have cucamelons soon. We just haven't started flowering yet. Oh, and look at this. Can you see? Not that. I don't know if it'll focus, but those are petunia seeds that have spilled out, but petunia leaves are very sticky, so they've held on to them. So you can see in here all these little black dots, and I know sometimes people think they're poop, and sometimes they can be poop, but if there's an open little thing like that above it, then those are all just seeds, and they stick to the leaves. So, oh, I'm excited. I'm going to be having cucamelons soon. So these are just starting to open. The ones, you want to catch them right when they first start to open. They'll have the most seeds. They won't have dropped them out. So I'll be out collecting seeds off of those again. She has, oh no, she's put it outside. Okay, yay. Good, good. Just checking the chat. Hey, Ro, how are you doing? So then this tomato plant is going bonkers. Like, it is chock full. It's supposed to be a dwarf tomato plant. I mistakenly thought dwarf tomato plants were all like a Tiny Tim, not realizing Tiny Tim is a micro dwarf tomato plant. So there's my cucumber. Yeah, I don't think we're going to see anything off that cucumber this year. It was a little futile. We got some nasturtiums. We got beans going crazy over here. New beans sprouting up because I just planted some new ones. But these 2 tomatoes, so this one is the Kaleidoscope Jewel. And this one is Sean's, whatever that is. So these are pretty cool. I mean, that's like pretty decent sized tomato there. So I'm excited. Oh my goodness, there's the first one with blossom and rot. I haven't had any. I was so proud of myself this year. But you know, we got one. So pull it off because I don't need it trying to do anything. Yeah, the weather's been kind of crazy. We're super dry, and then we've had some rain, and then my onions, I've knocked them over. So apparently what you want to do is you want to bend the stems over to help them ripen, and it keeps the water from going in and rotting. Otherwise the rain can kind of go down and rot them before they're done. So hopefully they'll keep growing and get a little bit bigger. Sorry, I don't know what's going on with my voice. My Malabar spinach, my okra, look at this, I got flowers. So each one of them have a little tiny bud. This one's the biggest. So I'm very excited. Probably my first little baby okra. First baby okra. Hey, Mike's Chaotic Gardening. How are you doing? LP, I harvested a delicious tomato that is 1.88 pounds. Oh my God. Then found 3 today that are being eaten. Oh no. No. Yeah, plant. So hopefully that was just a one-off that day. It was so Malabar spinach. Why did no one tell me it was this slow? Like, look how slow it is. Like, that's ridiculous. I mean, compared to this, this is my garden huckleberry. It's really, really happy there. Morning Glory's taking over like they do. This planter, I'm loving. Canna lilies are just really starting to put on some height in all of the planters right now, so that's exciting. And then this is the hibiscus that I divided. It's coming up, and it looks like I have a flower bud on it. I don't know if the new one that I divided instead. This one's the original. I just cut around it, and then that was one of the divisions up there. I don't know if that's going to get any blooms on it, but something else is blooming. Look at her. Oh, she's beautiful. And this is the one that I tried to take a picture of earlier this morning because it was blooming, and I was like, oh my gosh, it's gorgeous. And Mr. Dexter saw me pull out my camera and did this. He had to be in the shot. Does it smell good? Yeah, you like it? So this is a brand new addition. I haven't even introduced her on the channel yet. I'll be having a video because I did buy some new perennials. So this is the Summerific, very awesome Proven Winners. So this is my first ever Proven Winners perennial. So I'm very excited. Yes, this flower is beautiful. My other one that I have, the blooms are even larger than this, if it blooms. And the color is the color of the center on that one usually. And then, so there's that. It's still in the can. I just bought it. And then I bought this over here, garden sage, half price. So this was half price at Home Depot. And it's got this really pretty full sun salvia numerosa. So I'm gonna have to figure out where on earth these are gonna go in the garden. And then these, I don't really know what they are, but they're like wire and they have hooks. And I don't know what they are, but my neighbor was throwing them out with a couple tomato cages. So they were out at the curb today when I was walking, and I thought, well, I mean, I could use that as like a row cover, or I can tie them together. Like I'm assuming this is kind of upside down. I'm assuming they kind of go like this. So I don't know if they're actually made for the garden or if they were for something else, but I could see like zip tying them together. This, you see that? And using that as like a cage for tomatoes or something, right? So always scavenging. And then this was my spray painting station yesterday. So I had everything sitting here. You can see there's some evidence of my spray painting. Oh, and this plant, like this thing, when I bought it, it was so tiny. So tiny. And now it is just taking over. I think it's called a moss rose or something. But it's a succulent. It's related to portulaca. You like it? You love sniffing the plants. And then, of course, I got clover in there because it's in everything. This is my Mandeville, but I don't know if it's going to bloom this year or not. It almost died on me like several times. I thought it was toast, and then it actually kept coming back. So I'm just happy it's alive. And then my alyssum is doing really well in here. So this little planter is just loving its life. And Dexter's managed to not. And then over here we have some. Anyone have any idea what pepper that is? No idea. So this is a random pepper plant. I don't know. It almost looks like a pepperoncini, but I wasn't growing any of those. So yeah. Anyone can identify this pepper? Yeah, somehow the labels got lost on these guys. I have lots of different varieties coming up, but oh, and I planted that day on my fall planting. My sunflowers are coming up, and then some of the new beans plants sprouted. They're doing really good. What are you doing? He's like digging. And then my sunflowers are coming. 4 o'clock. You're late. It's 4:26. Apparently they can't tell time. This canna. Oh, and then this poor little plant over here. So, this one is called Leprechaun, and it's got like the most bizarre coloring on it. It's like this purpley rose tomatoes. As they're ripening, they're getting like this rosy color. So I got these when I had my seedling sale in the spring. I was offering hunks of my alyssum and whatever that had self-seeded. So a lady came to get it, but she knew from watching my Facebook page that I was also interested in dwarf tomatoes, and so she'd grown a few extra of these leprechaun dwarf tomatoes. So we'll find out if Danny's still watching Wicked Awesome Gardening, because she'll be freaking out when she sees these tomatoes. They're so pretty. I have no idea how they taste. This is the first that they've been ripening, so I'll have to look up and see like what color I need to check them. They're still feeling really firm, not as firm as that, but I don't think they're ripe yet. But I mean, it's not a very big plant, and it's loaded with fruit, so it's really doing good. Oh, you guys want to see my watermelon? And here's my watermelon. So, yeah. Hello. How are you? Very tiny. Yeah, that's my baby. So probably not going to see anything off that this year. And then a random lettuce plant that went to seed. And then here's a tomato plant in here. Again, don't know what kind this one is, but it's loaded with fruit. And I might use one of those new tomato cages I've just got today because she's fallen over. Ooh, look at that spider. You see that one? Oh no, it's a fly covered in pollen. Oh my God. Or I don't know what that is. You guys see it? Anyone have any idea what that is? I don't know what that is. It's kind of weird. And then my echinacea, but my echinacea looks thirsty. I don't understand when people say it's drought tolerant, because this is like the first thing to go wilty, sucky looking in the garden. Not the squirrels. Oh my God. It's like a cayenne. Well, the ones I have marked cayenne are growing upside down. So I'll show you those. I don't know. Maybe I have wrong. Maybe I got them labeled wrong. So this is my cranberry hibiscus. I have that one there and that one there. And I have no idea why that one is so tiny. But this is just a massive, kind of massive nonsense, actually. This whole section down here is all either self-seeded or came back from last year. These here were the Shasta Daisies. They're just finished blooming for now. So I'm going to cut them back a bit more. See if we can't get another flush of blooms off of them. And, but all this calendula, self-seeded. And we have some goldenrod and some amaranth that's self-seeded. These didn't self-seed. There's my zinnias. So they're just starting to bloom. I love that pink one. I think that's the one from Baker Creek. Or Bessie's, I can't remember. This is so pretty. And look at those, my garden huckleberries. They're doing really good. It looks like it's going to be a while before, and yes, I'm on the neighbor's property right now. It's going to be a little while before I end up with enough to make jam out of. Hello. Somebody's following me. Hello. How are you? So, yeah. The tomato graveyard over here. And the gizmo monument. And my poor... Oh my goodness, that one's growing though. Look. Okay, I'm gonna get in here. See, these things poke me, and it's like okay. So the tree's taller than I am, but it's on a hill that slopes pretty steeply, which is probably really hard to tell on the camera. So it's a little dangerous coming in here, and then I'm almost always poking myself in the head with these branches. So I think that one looks bigger. This one, nope, nope, nope. That one's a goner. That looks like it's growing. That definitely looks like it's growing. So this is the Birdhouse Gourd. I think I got a misabled seed pack. I'm growing Thai chili, but it's looking like a habanero. Oh no. Bye, Miss Shirley. Thank you so much for coming in. See you later. Get ready for tonight. Oh, when is your live? What time is that? So yeah, see these? These are not good. I just noticed this yesterday. So I think something's blown in on the wind. See, here's my other, this is the black-eyed Susan vine. It's not doing anything, but this gourd is going crazy. So here, let me back up without killing myself. So yeah, the tree is dead. So the only green you see up there, that's all the vine. I mean, see, Nicole wants me to come out and kill myself trying to fertilize these at night. But see, these ones, all the females are already have done their deed. So what's done is done on those, I guess. We'll have to just wait and see. All I have are males left for now. So, but that one looks like a go. So I'm excited about that. I'll be happy just to get one. Yeah, I think a lot of my seeds got mislabeled and I lost some. Outlip is here now. The party can start. Whoop whoop. Norm. Hey Tim. Did I miss anybody? I almost killed my black-eyed Susan by letting it dry out. It's currently hanging by thread. I've been really careful about not letting this dry out because the gourd will show any signs of drying out. And I have 2 cannas in there as well. They were supposed to get big and tall, and they're not. So when I plant the others, I'm going to probably be pulling those 2 out and put them over here. So maybe if they'll bloom or something. And hello, ladies. How are you? Look at the size of it. I am so excited. No squirrels had better come and steal this. I think that's a pro-cut plum, but I can't swear to it. And then I have these 2 zinnia, which I don't even remember. Sorry about the shadows. I don't even remember what those are from. What package? I think they might be that really old package from Bessie's that was like 10 years old or something. I don't know. Hey, Teresa, welcome in. How are you doing today? And then here I have my poor Rebecca. So it's just really struggling to come back. This was the only thing that's really been eaten in the yard is the Rebecca. So hopefully it's seeing it as a pruning and it will come back. But I have that one over there. It's got a ton of blooms on it. And then, oh, look, there's my rose mallow. That's all it's done. I don't know why. That is a self-seeded ground cherry. I got to come in and deadhead all of my straw flowers so they keep producing. That can is doing pretty good. And then this is why I keep this. It's like a sedum ground cover. And it does kind of take over. So I rip out tons of it every year. I use it in hanging baskets and stuff. But you can just walk on it. So I use it as my walkways because you can just walk on it and it'll look squished and then it bounces right back. So I just leave it to walk in and around. And I'm trying to get some established in the front yard, kind of by where we park the truck, because sometimes we park too close and we have to walk in the garden. You can see it looks like these things are acting like they need to get watered. Aw. Yes, Tiny Tim has a big heart. So the morning glories, my one Cosmo made it. I don't know. I didn't do good with the Cosmos this year. I only had a couple germinate and they didn't seem to do very well. The morning glories are taking off. And the Malabar spinach is just so stinking slow. But this planter is doing all right. So we've got more foliage. These are the beans that I just planted. In that video, they just planted them and they were actually doing really good. And then someone, not to mention any names, my daughter dropped the hose on them the other day. So I'll have to that. But oh, if Nicole's still here, look how big your Jewels of Opar has gotten. This is such a pretty plant. Like when the sun hits it, these leaves are like fluorescent green. And then it has these little tiny pink flowers. But then as they're drying, they turn into like these little multicolored blooms. Those are little beads. I guess that's why they're called Jewels of Opar. Look like little jewels. They're kind of all different colors. They're so pretty. And it's edible. So I can't remember what Nicole said it tastes like, but it's edible. So this one's doing good. Look at my other Malabar spinach. That's it. That's it. You're supposed to be a climber. So note to self, start Malabar spinach much sooner next year. But my nasturtiums are doing really well. So What is it, Dex? What is it, Dexter? But that planter is doing pretty good. Oh, and then my transplants. So some of these are enormous. This is the cutting the sucker off of my chocolate Tasmanian from the top. Ah! Oh my God, he always grabs you right in the back of the leg, right in the back of the knee. Someone, look at this. Someone's been in here again. Squirrels. Yes, I know it's not you. And then this is my baby kale. So I cut the rootstock all the way down. And then it's regrowing from the rootstock, and it's so cute and tiny, right? It's so cute and tiny. Hey, buddy. Here's my other cucumber. It's not doing much. This okra has a nice little bloom on it. These are also the other two suckers from the chocolate Tasmanian. That is a sucker from the Mar Globe. It's got flowers on it already, but they all transplanted just fine. And the brandywine and the what? What is it? What is it? Ow! No biting. Oh, it's time for your food. That's what it is. You're trying to tell me something, huh? You're trying to tell mommy it's time for food. And look at my peas. I'm so excited. I never do well with peas. And look at all of these that have sprouted from my fall planting video. Oh my gosh. That wasn't that long ago, was it? And then in here, I think I did the pak choi and cilantro. But, I mean, this is the pak choi, obviously. But I don't know if I see any. I don't think I see any of the cilantro coming up. Because before, when they first were sprouting, I saw a few that looked kind of different, but I don't know. Oops, I just pulled out a seedling. Whoops. But, and then this loofah is not doing very good. This loofah died. My baby died. It hadn't gotten any bigger, and then it died. But the plant's doing all right. And it's been flowering. So. Exactly. Exactly. That is exactly what's happening. Can you get him his food? I forgot I was supposed to give him his food. Someone's whistling for him. Oh, he heard the family guy. I'm home. Okay, here, let me see if I can switch the camera back. Hold on. Oh, or not. There's Dex. Let's see how fast he goes. Oh, look how fast you are. Look how fast you are. And he did a lap. He does a lap. Are you going to go again? Come on, Dex. Show him how fast. You get one chance. You get one shot, people. One shot. All right, so back to the dollhouse. All right, hold on. I'm going to try and flip you around. So hold on. Hold on tight. What are you doing, Dex? Oh, no. Dexter's hyper. Hi, buddy. Hi. Are you going to get your food? Are you going to get your food? Yeah? Okay, bye. Sometimes he goes so fast into that doggy door. I don't know how he doesn't hit it. Okay, no. Oh, I'm hitting the wrong buttons. I'm live. There's a bee in my bedroom? A wasp in the bedroom. Oh, no. Oh, my gosh. Did you tell Daddy? He's not back? Oh, because I'm out. Okay. Front facing camera. I'm out back. Okay. So now, sorry. Apparently, actually, I shouldn't have changed the camera. How do I change it back? Okay. Camera's fixed. I can't get it off the screen. There we go. Okay. So apparently, we have had a problem with the, sorry, I just whacked myself on the back. It's not back too far. The table. There we go. So apparently wasps were trying to make a nest in our vent from the bathroom. And I gotta get this off the screen. Oh, hey, Andrew. Welcome in. You got here just in time to see Dexter zooming around. Now he's inside getting his food. So he's been fighting with them on the vent up on the second story. And so the last 2 days he was out here and he got a new he's like, they were built a nest in there or something. So he got a new one. It's got a screen and everything on it. He just installed it. So he's been dealing with that this week. So now my daughter says she thinks she sees one in the bedroom. So I think they were kind of trying to come in at the window pane thing. So she locked it in behind with the big blackout curtains. So that's why I was like, go tell daddy, because that's not my department. I don't do bugs. I don't do bugs. You go to see Dexter before he went in. Yes, he's going in for his food, which means he'll come out super hyper because he'll be very excited when he eats. Hi, Anne. Didn't see you. Oh, no. It's hard to see everybody in the chat sometimes. So that's where the garden is sitting. I'm much happier with it now than, sorry, it's really close. Let me put you back on the holder. Let's see if we can do this without messing anything up. My DIY holder, screen holder thingy. Oh man, I hit the button. Hold on. It's still here. There we go. Oh, hit the button again. Okay. So what happens is apparently the holder is, apparently the holder is touching the screen and bumps it every once in a while. So, and he's back and now he's licking my leg. Hey buddy, how was your food? How was your food? Was it good? You have a good dinner? Yeah? Was it delicious? We're gonna have to go see your friends soon. So some friends of ours are out of town right now, so I am puppy sitting. So we'll go over and take care of the food and litter box, and go for a walk and all that. Yeah, it'll be fun. Yeah. Oh my God, trying to walk 2 dogs on a leash. I don't know how people do it. Well, I think it would help if they were, he's just so excited to see his friend that he just goes like a maniac on the leash. And sometimes I'll walk 3 of them. That's when I go and I get my daughter and all. I don't know what's going on with my hair. Like we got a bit of wind up it or something. But I'll grab several neighbor kids and hand them a dog and be like, here you go. We're walking dogs tonight. So, and they love it. So I tried to go for just a walk with Dexter a couple weeks ago, and the kids were like, where's Cody? Where's Winter? They wanted to see the other dogs. So I was like, all right, I'll go. So I'll go and knock on the door and ask, can Cody and Winter come out and play? So they are Dexter's BFFs. Oh, there's the doorbell. Dexter's flying back in. You think he could answer it? We have a storm door on the front door, so we don't even have our air conditioning on. It's just beautiful here, and so we usually leave the front door open to get the breeze through, and it's got the storm door on the screen. So Dexter likes to go and check the door, see whoever's there. So, all right, let me see. The chat doesn't seem to. Let's see. I don't know if the chat's moving, or here we go. We used to have big Dobermans, so we had to work with them on a leash. Oh yeah, I wasn't strong enough to have them going crazy. Oh, I bet. We have a lady up the street who has this gorgeous Doberman. He's huge. He's absolutely beautiful, like amazing specimen of a Doberman. He is so well behaved. She has him, like she must have done some training with him or whatever. But and she's petite little lady, and she walks that dog, and he listens to her. Well, until he sees me. So a lot of times she'll like let him off leash because if we're kind of on the end of the street and it's just a few houses down and then it's a cul-de-sac or the circle as we call it, and then it goes back behind like where the train tracks and stuff are, and the dogs like to go back there and sniff. So she'll take him, and so sometimes she'll let him go off leash and then she'll walk back with him off leash because he's very well behaved. But then she'll be coming up, and if I'm in the front yard, he'll look at her and he'll look at with his mom, and then he'll look at me, and then he'll look at her, and then she'll just nod yes, and then he just comes charging and he runs up and says hi, and yeah, he's very yeah, and he's so big, and he comes up and we play and he gets all frisky, and she's like, he's only like this with you. And then it's so funny because usually it's like when I've been working in the front yard, and when I work in the front yard, I do not let Dexter out there because he would have to be tied up on a leash, and he can get out of his harness. So he knows how to just like back up and get out of his harness. And yep, he's out. Hey Dex, right? Oh, and he's back in. He's just in and out that gate. And so he can figure out how to get out of his harness. So I can't just leave him staked out in the front yard with me and watching, because he will just try and get out of his harness. So, and he does it so fast, like so fast. So I don't trust him yet. So if I'm out in the front yard, he's not around, but then he'll see me talking with Miko, and he gets super jealous and mad because he wants to come out and play, and he'll go and bark at the door and just like a maniac. It's so funny. I'm like, yeah, Miko would eat you for lunch, buddy. So. Well, the family's home, and I need to go check and see if they want anything for dinner. I do have my regularly scheduled live tonight at 7:30. So if you want to come on back, and I'll show you more pictures of some of the mini crafts I've done, and I'll show you the jam I made. So pretty. And we'll talk more about that and the crab apples and all of that. So I will see everybody later. Thank you so much to everyone that came in. I can't even see when I flip the screen around. It's like really weird. Again, I can't see half of the page. It's like I can just see half of it. So like the comments are getting cut off and I can't see all of the screen. So anyways, thank you so much. And if I see you tonight, I'll see you tonight. Otherwise, I'll see you around. So thank you so much. You need to go eat a bite. Yes. Yes, Jesse. You gotta fortify yourself. So thank you so much for coming in, and I'll talk to you later. Good night. And I gotta try to find the button. There we go.